got split up in the first grade. My father never did come back. My sister liked Jan Douwe, but I wanted Billy Jack. Throwing things off of the rooftops, 40 buildings are the same. My mother took a job as a waitress, swimming in the divorce age. When you're all alone, when you're all alone, when you're all
Now, Jesse, the fine art of self-destruction sounds like a surrealistic novel.
Maybe it is. It just seemed to be an appropriate title for my first solo record. Actually, some people think, well, does that mean, the rock and roll myth of heroin and alcohol and drugs and, destruction? But it's more, I think, of a personal, spiritual thing. And I think after writing all these songs, which are pretty autobiographical, I kind of look back at, I guess, a lot of relationships in my life and kind of to find some humor in it. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek title. It's like Woody Allen says, tragedy plus time equals comedy. And so I think it was also a song that I wrote right before we finished the record. It was one of the last songs to come in. I was like, this is a good title. So it seems to fit the mode of the record.
When me and Holly snuck into nightclubs, the politics of punk rock church, we were so idealistic, but somehow only saw the worst. When you're young and violent, sick inside, hoping to be admired, water seeks its level of pain. And you're all alone, and you're all alone.
How difficult was it to change your own ambience from, let's say, the punk scene where you were in New York, and a group called D-Generation, and go into quite a new thing, singer-songwriting?
It wasn't that different to me. For me, it's all about songs, whether it's Bob Dylan and Woody Guthrie and Johnny Cash. To me, that's just punk rock, and Chuck Berry as The Clash and the Pogues and Nirvana. It's all attitude and ideas and what you do in 2 or 3 minutes with a song, to me. So even though we had loud guitars and I hit myself with the microphone and people jumped around in a mosh pit, I was still trying to write songs that conveyed ideas, and it wasn't that different. It's just maybe the arrangement and the setting was different. But people always, as much as I wrote lyrics that meant something to me or tried to write these songs in that setting, people didn't care. You could sing the telephone book and just do it real fast, and they would dance and jump off the PA. So it got kind of tiring. And then, you're trying to write these songs that doesn't really have an audience that wants to listen. Like I said, they just want to rah! And that's a lot of fun for a while, but after 7 years, it was time for change. And I've always liked all kinds of songs. I grew up listening to Elton John when I was a little kid, and Chuck Berry and Tom Waits and Neil Young and early Bruce Springsteen. And like I said, even The Clash, like Joe Strummer and Mick Jones, they wrote these great songs that really, the lyrics really spoke to me. Lyrics were always so important because they showed me that I didn't have to sit in my town, my little suburban town of Queens, New York, that there was another place to go to where you could live free and think free and not be part of, like everybody else, just a robot zombie. So it was important to me. Like, I didn't really go to school much, and songs kind of, I'd listen to them, and then I'd get out a book and look up, the Spanish Revolution, or want to know about, some soul singer or reggae, or it really gave me more of an insight to being my own person instead of just another jerk in New York.